It is maybe the air mind not at the finish line, but maybe at the starting line. Why is it like this? We are finalizing after 4.5 years now within the next half year airline at the European Finance project, but it is everything about implementation. As we know from the Draghi report from the European Commission, we are in a crisis in Europe. We are lacking the necessary implementation of our research for economic growth, and that is a pretty serious threat, not last but least also with the recent political development internationally. We will reflect on what we have achieved and what we wish to achieve by implementing AirMind as a principle. We will reflect on what it meant as a clinical concept. It is in fact AirMind a concept more than a project. It has potential to introduce AI. We are very pretty aware about the resistance to change and the resistance to introduce AI, in fact, in real-life clinics. We know also that the economic impact of changing routines is always demanding, and we will reflect about that. And we will then maybe come to some perspectives what that really means for a real-life doctor tomorrow. AirMind had harbored into a situation that we achieved 2 other big, large-scale European projects in addition. One is the FluidDX AD program, our project. The other one is the eBrain Health Initiative, which we all co-wrote and are part of. We have also anticipated now diverse other new applications towards just what I said, the implementation and the final change of clinical routines. Earlier in the 12 o'clock session in the main room was reflected on comparison between oncology and dementia care. I'm only thrilled to underline it is comparable, especially as we are talking about a disease, which is not one disease but a syndrome. It will become more and more the need and the urgency of diagnosing biological aspects in the diverse syndromes of Alzheimer's disease. That means that we will not be able coming around biomarking. We will also not coming around in integrating quite a lot of approaches in treating this syndrome, and it should open up that the doctors are not generalizing but specifying what is the specific in each given patient. As you know, our success, I would call it like this, was not at least reasoned by a large industrial interest of our project. This lasts and continues also in the new projects, and in the upcoming projects there will be a collaboration towards a private-public relationship in our activities, as we will not be able economically in the public healthcare system alone to implement that needed change. Maybe very quickly going back, it is also to mention that the eBrain Health project and the eBrain infrastructure was a very important part to establish as a federated infrastructure in Europe. I know, and you all know, that there are competing initiatives, especially based in the US, the Bill Gates Foundation has also initiatives to harbor European data. I would highly warn you against that. I think it is very important in the recent political development that also Europe has stable and robust infrastructures which would give insights and analytics of European health data. European health data in an artificial intelligence understanding will be used for manipulation and for defense-oriented actions. I'm pretty convinced that will happen, and therefore it is important that you as an audience, together with us, are helping to make the public aware about this danger and the high security issues concerning data banks. And it's very important that health is awakening and is collectively helping us to develop robust infrastructures. eBrains is one of the 11 accepted European infrastructures in the European health data space. So all your research is highly invited to be harbored in this infrastructure, which is now ready to be made for federated access, meaning your national data centers and AI factories can in fact store these data and make them accessible in the European Union. What did we do? Very quickly, we had as a concept that we wanted to develop a simple biological defined approach based on old-fashioned technologies, meaning blood sampling, meaning EEGs, and meaning some very robust digital testing. We did so as we think that high-cost technologies will not have a future for 8 billion people, and soon 11 billion people. It will not be financeable. So what we need is globally accessible, financeable screening methods, and I'm consciously talking about screening methods, selecting people at an early stage as a biologically defined syndrome without necessarily fulfilling already the biological final clinical picture, to make an adequate preventable risk diagnosis.